Right, I'm going to pass over to you for the next 50.
Oh dear lord.
So from 51.
Cool. 51 on the list is Imogen.
I like the name Imogen. I really like that name actually. But I feel like it's too long for us. It doesn't really go.
Really long, but I'm not sure if it goes again with our surname, things like that. It's quite a pretty name.
It is
I don't know whether
name.
it's. Does it have?
I don't think
Is it very British? Is it? British as in English, or is it more? Imogen, I picture being a tiny bit more Irish too, having a.
I don't know. Well, I know a Welsh girl whose daughter's called Imogen.
Maybe.
So I don't know if it's more Welsh or.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a name I've come across of.
But it's a nice name. I like. It's very much for me. It's like Penelope. I like the name Imogen.
Yeah.
Again, I think it suits quite a lot of ages as well.
It's going to have to if it's their name, isn't it?
Well, yeah, exactly.
52 is Clementine.
Oh no, that's a fruit.
Like the orange.
That's a fruit. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of names
it's
like
quite
that.
old, quite oldie-woldy, I think, Clementine.
Yeah, it's certainly. I don't like those kind of names where it's like you say, like the whole geographical name thing. I wouldn't name something after a fruit.
Yeah, you get quite a lot of apples and stuff these days, don't you? And
that's
things
just weird.
like this. Yeah. This Jamie Oliver's got apples.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know.
One of his kids was called Apple.
Yeah, not for me. Not for me. I feel like it's maybe suited more towards, and again, this isn't me being, like, I don't mean anything by this, but it's maybe a bit more of a posh name, because you would call you Clemmy, or, like, I feel like that's a bit more of a posh name. I don't know, it's certainly not one that I would have ever come across.
Yeah, so 53 were Jane.
No, again, it's like Emma and Claire. It's a middle name for me. I've got an auntie Jane, but my mum's middle name's Jane, Hayley Jane. Like, I find it is very much like Rose in that sense. It's definitely a middle name.
Yeah, maybe because it's quite short.
But yeah, it's like, again, absolutely nothing wrong with it, but it's just not one that I would use. 54
on the list is Cordelia.
Oh no! What the hell? Where's that come from? That seems more like Italian or something. The cloud bit.
Cordelia.
Oh, Cordelia.
Cordelia.
Like cordial.
Yeah.
No, I've never heard of that, and even reading it, I'm like, no.
No, it's quite a tricky one. I mean, people would probably mishear what you've said.
Yeah, well, I did. So.
Yeah, Cordelia's not.
Cordelia, no.
Delia is like a very, very oldie name. But Cordelia's, I don't really know how I feel about that.
No.
55, Seraphina.
Again, where is that
Went to school
from?
with one Seraphina, and I think
no.
it has maybe a tiny bit more Irishy heritage to it.
I feel like it's very similar to a maternity wear brand as well.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think it is actually Seraphina.
Might be.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Maternity
brands aren't.
It's quite a pretty name.
But yeah, it's just.
It's a lot.
Next one, Thea. That's.
I don't know. I quite like that. Thea's quite nice. But
it seems like a short name for something like Athena, or I don't know.
Maybe.
Whereas Athena's quite a nice name. Whereas Thea's a bit sort of.
Thea.
It seems like it sounds like a nickname.
It does. Yeah, you're right.
57 is Zara.
This reminds me of the shop. I do like the name Zara. I think it is quite a nice name.
I think again with the right surname and the right person, Zara would be quite a nice name, but I'm not sure if
it's still different. I feel like it's still different. I don't think many people would use it.
No, I can't imagine it being as popular as this list might make up. 57, that was Zara. 58 is Elsie.
Elsie, I quite like that
quite
name.
Cute.
It is a nice name. I like all of those kind of names. I like that.
Relatively easy to spell, easy to say. You can't really get it that wrong.
It's definitely a cute name.
Yeah, I quite like it.
Elsie.
59, Emilia with an E.
Emilia, yeah. I think that's the only issue I have with Amelia is if people hear it wrong and they write it down as Emilia or vice versa.
I think I prefer the sound of Amelia.
Yeah, no, me too. But
it's cute. It's again. It's a nice name. They're obviously very similar.
Yeah.
Minus the first letter.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
Amelia I don't know why, it just sounds a bit, to my ear, Amelia just sounds
I prefer
a bit.
Amelia, I think.
Not sure why.
Yeah.
On the Leah's, Julia.
Julia, it's
number
very
60.
Italian.
Number 60 is Julia. Yeah. It is quite an Italian name. I don't mind it, actually. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought when I saw it on the list, and I thought. See, I'm probably the other way. I think it's just a bit. I think it's quite.
I don't know. I'm not really. Yeah, Julie and Julia. Not for me.
Fair enough. I don't really mind it too much. 61 is Grace.
Again, very traditional.
Yeah, I think the next.
It suits a lot.
The
of
next few of
again.
these are quite traditionally Britishy names.
I like the name Grace. Again, I feel like it's more of a middle name now.
Yeah.
Like Evelyn Grace, I've heard quite a lot. I think that it does go. It's a really nice name. I like the name Grace. Gracie,
It's pretty easy, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Really... I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about the G names either. They don't really appeal to me very much.
So yeah, the next sort of 4 or 5 are going to be traditional. 62 is Josephine.
No, too much.
Yeah, obviously you can shorten it to Jo, but it's still.
I feel like female Joes are a bit. I don't know.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's not a pretty name, is it? I don't feel like Josephine. I don't know.
It's quite oldie woldy.
Yeah, I feel like back in the day it was probably a lot nicer, but now I don't. Yeah, and I don't know any Josephines that are young. Josephine. Oh, I only know one. Your auntie.
Yeah.
So.
63 is Scarlett. That's quite an oldie woldy traditional British name, I think.
But again, very modern at the same time. Like, I feel like it's
kind of history.
Yeah, it's been used a lot more.
I don't know.
Scarlett Johansson.
True. Yeah.
It's not very pretty name. Very pretty, Scarlett.
So number 64 is the name Beatrice.
Not for me. It just reminds me of Peter Rabbit, Beatrix Potter. I know it's Beatrice. Is it Beatrice? Beatrice. But no, it's a bit too old-fashioned for me. I like old-fashioned names, but that's a bit much for me, I think.
It's probably not my cup of tea either. I feel the same. Number 65 is Florence, and I'm in the same boat with that. I feel like
I like that more, but I don't know. I feel like it's one of those ones that maybe I've got a bad kind of connotation with it. Like, I know a Florence, and she's a bit of a one. So yeah, it's not a name that I would pick, but it is a name that I quite like. I'm just kind of annoyed that it has been ruined. Maybe not necessarily one that I would use anyway, but
no, it's quite long, geographical again, Italy, Florence. So
I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah, just place names just don't really. Places are places; they're not for people's names.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Number 66 is Quinn.
Well, see, I would have said that's more of a boy name.
Yeah, I don't know. Quinn.
Yeah, no,
it's not really for me.
No.
67 is Delilah.
I really like the name Delilah. Hey there, Delilah. No, I really like it.
But it's not...
Again, it's like semi-floral, but not, I don't know, it's not like poppy or rose. I just think it just sounds quite florally. I think it is a really pretty name. Again, probably one that's maybe a little bit more difficult to spell. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a really pretty name. I love the name Delilah. But again, wouldn't be one that would go with our surname.
So I don't know how common it is. I mean, obviously this list's like the...
I think I only know one person that's named her child Delilah. Actually, maybe 2. But yeah, it's not particularly common. But I think it is a really nice name.
Number 68 on the list is Eliza.
Eliza, maybe?
I would pronounce that Eliza. It could be Eliza. The top one.
Eliza.
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 So
like Doolittle.
Yeah. Not really for me, I guess.
Again, I don't know. It's a bit of a something and nothing name. It's nice, but
so even both of us would pronounce it differently.
Yeah,
I would say that as
there you go. So yeah, I don't want one that you have to kind of correct people constantly.
No. 69 is May.
May, as in M-A-Y.
M-A-E.
Oh, M-A-E. Okay.
May.
No.
That's kind of a middle name.
Middle name, yeah. I was going to say. It's very middle namey.
Yeah. Number 70 is Mabel. That's a very oldie name for me.
Yeah, but is definitely making a comeback. Mabel. I know quite a lot of people that have had Mabels in the last kind of year or so. Yeah. I think it's a really cute name. Again, I think it suits certain babies more. It's probably not one that I would use, but I like the name. I think it's a really cute name.
Yeah.
And I think, again, it kind of suits...
For me, it's more like a cat name.
Maybe, yeah.
That's just what
it's pet name again, yeah. I don't feel like it is so much as Luna.
No, yeah, Luna's quite a pet name.
Yeah, I get what you mean, Mabel.
But
there was Auntie Mabel.
Oldie. Who?
Auntie Mabel.
Where was that?
Come Outside. Was it Come Outside? Where she had an aeroplane and she had Pippin the dog in a spotty plane?
Not a clue what it was.
Comment down below if you know what I'm on about.
Yeah. 71, I think this is on both of our lists. Sophia?
Sophia. I do like the name Sophia. Again, I feel like you can't really get it wrong, and it does kind of go.
Soph.
SS though.
It's not.
It's not. No, it's not. It's not BS. No. But yeah, no, I like the name Sophia. You can't really get it wrong. And
although
it is quite a pretty name.
Trying to say it all together would be quite a mouthful.
It's
like a tongue
twister thing.
Yeah. So I don't really know. I still quite like it. I still think it's a contender.
It's on my shortlist.
More than most of these. Number 72 is Nova.
Again, I feel like this is quite a middle name, and I don't know if that's just because my friend Kerry, that's daughter's Aurora, she's Aurora Nova. Again, very kind of spacey themed and things like that. Again, it's probably doing more of a comeback now. I don't see it as a first name, but it is a nice name, I think, Nova.
I can't picture it being a first name.
Because it does mean something, I think.
No idea.
Maybe like relating to space, I don't know.
Supernova is a thing. But
maybe,
that's one word.
Yeah, I don't know. But
yeah, it's
a nice name. Different.
73 is Ellie.
I couldn't do Ellie. I think it's a nice name, but it's just a bit... I don't know, I feel like it was very much our years. Like there was a lot of Ellies in our kind of year, and it's the whole connotation of the whole smelly Ellie thing. And I mean, kids can be
mean.
Yeah, so you have to kind of think about things like that as much as you don't want to. And that's not me saying that I would ever say that to someone, but kids do.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't want your kid to have to go through that, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I don't have a problem with the name, but I think that's the only thing for me.
Yeah, there's too many other variations of it as well.
There's a lot of different spellings of it as well, yeah.
But it's just been like Ellie, then you've got Eleanor, and all the different, so I would put it in a bracket with, the L names. And 74 is Sadie, and that's not one that...
Sadie?
Sadie.
See, again,
that's
I feel
very
American. Quite American, and again, maybe more of a pet name, Sadie.
Don't know, I wouldn't even say it was a pet name, it's just, I've never known...
I don't think I know a Sadie.
No.
I know...
It doesn't seem very common, which is probably a good point if you wanted to be like, if you wanted to send your kid to school and make them be the only one in their class with that name. Sadie's probably a good bet. But I don't know, I can't picture it being as popular again as one of the top 100 names. I don't know whether this Evening Standard is this like a British list of...
Well, I presume so.
Or just
paper,
in general.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
so,
I don't really know.
But I don't know.
75 is Poppy. I quite like Poppy.
I like the name Poppy, and again, funny story, I had an extremely vivid dream where I'd had the baby and I called her Poppy, and I was really chuffed with the name in my dream. I loved it. I thought it was really cute, but I don't know, I just don't see it. I don't really see any floral names really going with our surname. I think that's the only thing for me. But I do really like the name Poppy. I think it's really cute. It's quite maybe a little bit more traditional. I don't know, because obviously it's like
yeah, a little bit. It's quite. It's been
the
around
meaning
for a
of
long
like
time.
a poppy and things like that. I think it's obviously
quite nice.
quite fitting for us as like a military family. So I think it's quite a nice one. Yeah.
Speaking
Probably
of
one that I would think
vivid
of.
dreams, while you're on that subject, I had a dream yesterday that your water broke and you were going into labour, and I actually got out of bed.
Oh, good.
And then I realised that it was like 4:20 in the morning or something, and you were
That
still
could
asleep.
happen.
I know, but you were asleep.
How did you know my waters broke?
I had a dream.
Problem.
No, I had a dream.
Oh, you genuinely woke up.
I genuinely got out of bed. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Because you thought it had happened.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Because it was a vivid dream. I had a dream that your water broke, and you were like, right, it's happening. You need to get everything ready.
And you woke up.
So I woke up
Why
and
is
got
she
out of
still
bed.
asleep?
Yeah, I woke up and got out of bed, and then I sort of thought, well, what's the time? Looked up, it was like 4:20, and you were asleep, and I was just like, your water hasn't broken.
No.
I was so confused for like
You'd
a couple of
know that,
minutes.
I think.
I just
I'll
thought,
tell you.
what on earth's happening? Because 2 minutes ago we were having a baby, and now I'm stood here and you're asleep. It was really weird. Yeah, like really vivid though. I thought it was happening.
Yeah.
So I got up and I was just like, why is no one else awake here? Surely I shouldn't be the only one up if we're about to have a child. But yeah, quite funny.
Nope, she's not. She's still there.
She is.
My waters are very much intact.
76, Elsie.
Elsie. Didn't we have this one? Elsie.
Ellie. We just had Ellie.
No. Earlier on. I thought there was an Elsie.
Oh, Elise then maybe.
Elise. Oh.
Yeah.
How was it spelled?
Oh god, I've lost it. Yeah, Elise. Scratch that.
Elise, yeah. Elise. I was going to say, I thought we had Elsie. I like the
Dyslexic
name
as well.
Elsie, yeah.
Sure.
Elise.
Elise is nice, but it just reminds me of like a lotus.
It's probably one of those like you would have to try and spell it to people as well because it's maybe not very common.
Maybe, yeah. People just like how you.
But yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
think
mind
it's
it.
a
I
bad
think it's the L names, the EL names.
Yeah.
They just yeah.
I just kind of put them all under one big umbrella.
Yeah, I think I have.
77 is Matilda, and it's not a name I'm a massive fan of. It
No.
reminds me of one of the robots from Robot Wars.
It just reminds me
Or
of
the film.
Matilda.
Yeah, so. It's not a name that I'm particularly thrilled with. It's okay.
It's quite old fashioned, I feel like.
It's a bit sort of Mildredy.
Yeah, and
a
there's
bit-
probably not a shortened version for Matilda.
Matty. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Tilda.
yes,
Tilly, maybe.
Number 78 is Eliana. That's a bit something and nothingy as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like Elena. I don't know. It's just got an extra letter in it. So
They
to
all
me-
seem to be this like a same name,
Yeah,
just
like you
different.
just said
bit,
before,
and-
the whole EL names. And
Yeah,
no.
I'm not really. So I'm just going to again skip that because it's the same as all the other EL names. 79 is Lily,
Yeah, I like the name Lily.
just
I
with
probably,
one L though.
L-Y, yeah. I think that's the normal
Lily?
way of
That's
spelling
the-
it.
as
Because
in
you
the
can spell
flower?
L-L-I. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like a lily.
as in the flower. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think I prefer that to like Lucy and things like that as actual L names go. Yeah, I quite like the name Lily. Again, I feel like it kind of suits a lot of ages. It suits like a little girl and it suits like an older lady, like a Lily. I don't know.
Yeah. 80 is Kayla.
Kayla.
So there was quite a few Kaylas, Michaela or Kayla at my school when I was at school. And a lot
Yeah, one of my
Kaylas.
clients has got a daughter called Kayla. Again, yeah, I don't know if it would be one that I would use. I think it's more because obviously my sister's Kaylee. I don't know, it's not really one that
I don't mind it. I think it's quite nice, but
I don't think it would really go with our surname either, Kayla.
no, not really.
No.
I don't know, but I don't think
I
it's
don't know.
terrible.
I don't have a problem with it, but
No.
it's not one that I would have
So
wrote down.
along with all the other like starry, spacey themed names, Novas and all that stuff, Stella. That just makes me think of beer though.
McCartney.
Just makes me think of like you just had too many and then a child was conceived.
Yeah, I have to say there's probably more of the negative connotation with the name Stella.
That's just what I picture. Things like nightclub names for children's names and stuff like that to you just sound a bit like that's where they were made and that's like Destiny and things like that. like, it's just a bit, that's just my personal thing.
Yeah.
I just think some of them would just, don't have I've got a negative thing in my brain
But
about
I suppose that, I mean, that's the only one you could really use. You wouldn't call your kid Heineken, would you? But
no,
Stella's not exactly the nicest, of beer names.
Yeah, people call it wife beater.
Exactly.
It doesn't have good thingies around it. So obviously, if you're going with a space theme, Luna, Stella, Nova, I get it. But for me, it's just not.
That's the one. That's the instant thing you think of. Yeah, and you don't want that, do you?
Yeah. 82 is a bit of a strange one for me. Lyra.
Lyra. Again, I feel like I've heard that recently, but I don't think it'd be one that I use.
Lyra. Yeah, it's not. Doesn't
just
really
because I feel like people would read it and be like, "Hey,
what's that?" Yeah. Or where's it from? And then you'd have to kind of maybe try and explain, but it's not really.
No, I mean it probably does come from somewhere, but.
Yeah, maybe if you were to choose that name, you'd know a bit more of where.
I don't think it's from.
But it's not a name.
It's definitely not a Britishy name, so.
Lyra. Yeah.
There's probably like a good kind of meaning behind it, but.
It wouldn't be a go-to for me personally, I don't think.
No, it's a nice name though. I think that's quite a nice name, Lyra. Different.
It is very different. 83, Caroline.
No.
Again, Caroline seems a little bit more Irishy for me. It's quite a traditional.
Yeah, I don't. It's one of those something and nothing names for me again, and it's too long. I think for me.
84 is Ella. Another Ella name.
I think I probably prefer that. I
Elsie.
probably prefer Ella to Ellie and.
But then it's just Bella, and I'd prefer Bella to Ella.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're all too samey for me to if you judge or if you pass opinion on one that you kind of sum most of them up.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But yeah, I prefer something like Bella to Ella.
Yeah.
It just seems unfinished. I don't know why.
Maybe, yeah.
85, Ava or Eva, it depends how you pronounce it.
Well, we've had, so that's going back to the whole Amelia thing.
Yeah.
So obviously we had Ava earlier and this is Eva.
Yeah.
But it's how people would read it and say it.
So
exactly. Whereas I do like the name Eva. And again, I have heard it used quite a lot recently, but I think it's the E that puts me off. I think I prefer Amelia to Emilia, like we were saying, and I prefer Ava to Eva.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. 86
don't...
is Sienna, which is a bit.
I like the name Sienna. I think it's very much like Scarlett for me. I like it, but again, I wouldn't use it. But I do think it is a really pretty name, and it does.
It's not a name you hear often.
No.
I don't think.
No, I know someone
again,
with a little girl called Sienna.
Okay, yeah. I don't know of any Siennas really. It's not a name.
But that's the thing. It's not particularly common, but it is quite modern. So yeah, it's quite a nice one, Sienna.
87 is Mila, as in like Mila Kunis. Mila is quite pretty.
Yeah, I like it, but I don't love it. I think it's just one of those
impartial sort of ones.
Yeah, I don't know if people would maybe again get a little bit confused by it. Maybe reading it and be like,
Mila could be Mila, Mila.
Yeah,
Mila.
Exactly, and you don't want that.
Yeah, because every single time someone says hi, you like Mila, you feel like no, I'm Mila.
Yeah, I feel like people probably would get it right, but because of Mila Kunis.
You just sound a bit pretentious as well. That's what I've noticed. Whenever everyone says my name wrong, and I'm like, no, it's actually this way.
Yeah, it sounds
they just sort of look at you as if to say, what a knob.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's just my name though.
No, exactly. I totally get
so
that.
if someone said, hi Mila, and you'd be like, no, it's Mila, they'd be like,
yeah.
What's the difference?
That's like the whole Esme thing, I think.
Yeah. 88 is Lydia.
Lydia, yeah, it's L-Y, is it?
L-Y-D-I-A.
Yeah, I quite like Lydia. It's quite a cute name, but again, not sure if I would use it. It's not probably, again, it's not one that if I was writing a list that I would think of.
Yeah.
But I like the name.
It's not terrible. It's quite pretty. How are you doing that one? It's Irish.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never even heard of that. I'll put it on the screen. But I instantly don't like it because I can't say it.
Number 89 on the list is Sorsha. Sorsha for me would be one that...
I think looking at the spelling of it, it's just confusing. It's not one that I've ever heard of. I mean, when you think of like typical Irish names, you think of like Siobhan and Sian.
Yeah, Siobhan's quite a tricky one, I think. With like
Siobhan's a hard one to spell because you forget that it has like a B in it and a H in it. But
this is like next level. You wouldn't really be able to.
Yeah.
It's hard to spell anyway because it's Saoirse.
Yeah.
And the way you spell it, it sounds nothing like that when you say it. So Saoirse for me is definitely off the table when they're going to spend the rest of their life pronouncing their surname.
And then you'd have that instant like thing of, oh, like, are you Irish then, or have you got Irish heritage?
If you've got an unreadable first name and surname, you're set up for failure straight off the bat. So Saoirse for me is a no-go.
No.
Number 90 on the list is Abigail.
I don't know.
I don't mind it. Abby's not too bad.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I prefer Abigail to Abby, but I don't mind it when it's shortened to Abby, but I don't know.
Abigail's quite, it's a bit oldie.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, it's probably one of those more overused names, Abigail.
It feels like the kind of name that if you were called Abigail for like 10 years, you'd be like, please, I want to just be called Abby from now on forever. You'd like resent it after a while. You'd be like, look, please never call me Abigail again.
Yeah.
Number 91 is Margaret. Not for me,
It's,
like I say, it's a bit oldie. It's a bit sort of...
It's one of those older fashioned ones
it's like an old auntie's name. It's not
Margaret,
very Irish though. So
is it?
Yeah. So I imagine it being maybe more popular for sort of Irish children.
Margot.
Yeah. But Margaret is...
I feel like there's quite a few people using the name Margot, but not Margaret.
Because of Robbie though, probably she's made it popular, I think.
Maybe.
92 is Athena. I mentioned that earlier when we were looking at other Greek names. I quite like it. It's not too bad.
As Greek names go, I think it's quite a nice one. Again, probably not too difficult to spell, probably because it's more phonetic. I feel like obviously more European names are more phonetic.
The only thing with it would be is if they had a Greek first name and Italian last name, they'd be like, what's the deal with you? Are you half Greek? Are you... Yeah,
it would probably be a little bit more confusing. But equally, I feel like it's one of those names that's probably coming over here a bit more.
I quite like it. It is a nice name.
Yeah.
93 on the list is Willow.
I love the name Willow. I really do. Along with, I can't remember, like Penelope and those kind of ones. I really like the name Willow. Again, it wouldn't go, but I think it's a really cute name.
Flowery floral name.
Yeah, a bit more like whimsical-y. Yeah, it's a very nice name, and again, I feel like it's not too modern, but it's also not very, I don't know, it's not very old-fashioned, but it does suit like an old lady as well, but it does also suit like a little girl. I don't know, I think it's a really cute name, Willow.
It's not terrible. It's, willow trees and things like that. I guess it's kind of florally, along those lines of like ivy and whatever. Number 94 on the list is Madeleine.
It's like Clementine almost for me. Like, obviously it's completely different, but I think I prefer like Maddie. Again, it's just, I don't know, it's not one of those names that I would particularly gravitate towards.
No,
You've just got like not even a bad thing to it, but like...
It's just, I don't know, I think it comes with the stigma sort of now.
Other things, other people maybe.
95, Isla.
Isla. I thought we had Isla. Oh, Ayla. Again, I feel like
Ayla,
I know someone
Isla.
who's, actually one of the first people I ever watched on YouTube, she's got an Ayla. Ayla and Isaac.
Yeah,
I prefer Isla as in Isla than Ayla, Ayla.
So I'd pronounce that Isla probably. A-Y.
Ayla.
Yeah, it's not for me at all.
Yeah, again, it's just a bit too confusing, I think. It's one of those, like, you'd see it written down and be like...
It's just people making up.
How do you say it?
Yeah, funny names, just to be weird. I don't know, it's not for me at all. 96 is Claudia.
Italian.
Yeah, very.
Definitely, yeah.
Or, I guess we would say Claudia.
Yeah, Claudia over here, yeah.
So, yeah, for me it wouldn't, I would never...
No.
I wouldn't read it as Claudia.
No, I'd read it as
Claudia for me. Yeah, well, obviously, yeah, Italian heritage and stuff. Everyone that I would know that would be called that would be a Claudia.
Yeah. Again, nice name, but I don't think I would use it.
Well, it would be fitting, but yeah, it's just...
It's still a little bit too long, I think, as well. Is it 6 letters? 7, yeah. So, yeah, it's quite a long one, really.
Yeah, I don't mind
the
it.
Ear, I like those kind of names, like the Sophia, Emilia, that kind of thing. But, yeah, I'm not sure. Claudia.
97 is Edith.
Again...
It's kind of old.
Very old-fashioned, yeah. I feel like I prefer like Iris to Edith. I feel like Edith doesn't really suit a younger child, but it does. It's an older lady name.
Yeah.
But
it's not really for me. Like I say, it's a bit oldie. It's
an
bit
E
just
name
kind
again.
Of. Yeah, I'm kind of getting bored of E names. Like it's like people have just made up loads of different things.
I don't think they're for me either.
No.
Yeah, it's not.
So the next one again is just like the same as all the others. It's Amarya, so it's like Maya with an A on the front.
Yeah.
Amarya.
Oh, I don't know. It's back to like the Amara earlier.
It's just people making up. Yeah, I don't know. Amarya, Maya, like. I don't really, I prefer Maya to Amarya.
Yeah, I would say the same. Yeah, it's just a bit too, people would just get a little bit confused, I think, with that one.
Yeah, you just say, oh, her name's Amarya. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't ring right to me.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah. So when I said it, you looked confused straight off the bat.
I was like, eh?
So, it's not really for me. 99 is a weird one for me as well. Wren with a W, W-R-E-N.
That's been used quite a lot.
I just think of Wren Kitchens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't picture it as a name of a... It's a company name now, it's not...
I feel like, again, it's one of those as well that could be masculine or feminine. I feel like you could have a little boy called Wren.
Maybe it's on the boys' list. Find out next time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like it as names go, but I feel like you have to be a certain type of person to have a little baby called Wren, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, like Lily Pebbles has a baby called Grey. Okay. I feel like you have to be. Maybe it's a bit more hipster. I don't know. Like
it's definitely different, and
it's like the whole river. Those kind of things, which I know you're not a massive fan of.
No.
Wren that's a bird, isn't it? A wren.
Rivers, yeah. No.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't hate the name, but
it's not.
It is quite cute, but it's not one that I would personally use.
Yeah, I just don't feel it being a name for a human. I don't know why. It's just weird.
Because it's a kitchen.
And the same with 100 Willow. I don't get that at all, sorry.
Yeah, again, I feel like that's maybe more American.
Possibly.
I prefer Willow. I definitely prefer Willow to Willa.
Yeah, it's not in my opinion, it's not a name to me that doesn't... If someone said my kid was Willow, I'm not sure.
It does make...
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, and I don't mean this in any offensive way or anything, and if you have a child with any of these names, obviously we don't mean anything by this, but to me, like, instantly when you think Willa, I think of Willies. So it's just kind of like, I don't know.
That's just a you thing.
Possibly, yeah. But I feel like when you're writing W-I-L-L, you instantly want to put a Y on the end, not an I, or not an A.
How often do you write Willie down?
I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
Not really a name for me. And
I feel like it probably would be one of those ones that's maybe a bit more teased over here.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't even know what you do with it. I just
thing.
Can't picture loads of people calling their kids Willow. I don't know how it's on a list of the 100 top names. Like, what?
No, I don't know. Well, that's the thing. So, I feel like
I disagree.
Yeah,
shouldn't be on the list. It's not for me.
Not a fan of that one.
And even I've just seen some of the boys' names and they're ridiculous as well.
Yeah. So I feel like there's certainly a few on there that I really like, and I think there's ones that you like as well.
There's quite a few on there that I do like.
That you would consider.
Yeah, but there's so many.
Is there any on there that you kind of seen that you thought, oh, I wouldn't have thought of that, but I like that?
A couple, maybe Hazel. Hazel was quite
Hazel's
nice.
quite cute.
It wasn't really beyond my list. Iris,
Iris.
I do like, but obviously I know someone with an Iris, and I don't know if it's quite for us.
I don't think it necessarily suits the name, no.
Yeah, there wasn't really any that I thought, oh, that's quite nice, that we hadn't really spoken about. A lot of them are just very samey. A lot of these names are all just variations of the same thing.
Yeah, there's not too many that are out there apart from like the Anastasia,
that's a lot, yeah.
Genevieve,
Willow.
Ones like that, yeah, which I think is something that we do quite well over here. We don't really go for particularly out there names in England.
No.
It's not really something that we do.
No, and like names.
No, and you don't tend to so much in Italy either. They do recycle their names quite a lot, so
it's all family, like it's all family based, so
which is why I want something different.
Yeah, children usually get the name of whichever grandparent, like their first name will be my mum's name or whatever. Yeah. Which
obviously your English family are a lot more different. There's a lot more variation on names. There's not many girls though, so they've got, the only girls that there is have the Italian names already.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're going to probably meet in the middle with ours. It's sounding a bit of a crossover Italian.
So yeah, something like Mia can sort of play off for both. Yeah. I guess when she comes, we'll have more of an idea.
I feel like we're both at least on the same wavelength. At least we kind of disagree. We dislike like the same sorts of names, which is probably a good thing. But yeah. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. I will leave the link to this list down below in case you want to kind of look back on any of them. Let me know down below what your favourite girl's name is or boy's name. I am going to be doing the boys version of this as well.
Do I have to do that one because there's so many on here that I just...
Obviously, like I said earlier on, we are having girls, so it's not like we're kind of looking at this list thinking, oh my god, like we're going to actually have to pick one of these. And I have personally found that girls' names have been a lot easier to think of than boys' names.
These are there's some funny... There's I think quite a lot of an American list for the boys' names.
Possibly, yeah. If you want to see that video, like I say...
I don't want to see that video.
Make sure that you are subscribed if you haven't clicked the button down below already. Make sure you are. Turn on the notification bell so you are notified when that video goes up. But like I say, if you are kind of watching this at a later date, I'll have it linked in the description and in a card as well. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys.